Hey guys, Foxtrot here with a little bit of the Ghost Recon Wildlands. That beta was just out.
Hey
It is
guys,
currently
Seb here.
closed
I'm the
now,
Associate Development
so
Test Lead
if you're
on
looking to
Tom
go try
Clancy's
it and play it,
Ghost
you're
Recon
not able to at
Wildlands.
this point. Uh,
Today we're
Again, it's going
extremely
to start
excited
off.
to
The
welcome you
beta
to our
started
open
off with
beta.
this guy
During this
talking about the
period,
game and
you'll be able
what
to
it's
explore
about,
the
what you
region of
can do.
Ataqua, the
Uh,
initial drop zone in
Again,
the
this
Ghost
is just
Recon
going to be a little bit
Wildlands
of the
story,
gameplay. I'll
which
post up
contains
another video with
hours of main
my
missions and
full gameplay.
activities.
It's like an hour and a half
As
video,
an
and I'll
exclusive for
clean it
this
up
open
and just put
beta,
that on so
we
you
also
guys can
decided
watch
to
it.
unlock the beautiful yet
This stuff
dangerous
is going to be
province
cut
of
up a little
Montuyo.
bit so
Be prepared
I
for
can
a
tell you
real
more
challenge.
about it.
Ghost
It's
Recon
going to be so you
Wildlands
can
is
just do as
entirely
much
playable
gameplay as
solo
you
or
can see
co-op up to
now.
4 players, so please don't
Alright,
hesitate to
so
invite
what
your
we'll
friends
do
to
from
explore
here
our
is
world.
I'll
Also,
shortly coming
you can
up
connect to the
within
Ghost
the
Recon
next
network to follow
30
the latest
seconds will
news on the
be
game
the
and create your own task force.
opening
On behalf of the
scene
whole
of the game.
development
I'll
team,
let you guys
thanks a
watch
lot
that
for
and
your
then I can
interest and
resume
support.
talking on it there.
Ghost Recon Wildlands will be
Again, if you
available
didn't
on March
know,
7th, 2017.
the game will
In
be
the
released
meantime,
on March
share your best moments
7th.
with
It'll
us
be
by using the
available, they
dedicated
said.
hashtag.
So it's
We'll
a
see
few
you in
days
the field.
away.
Good
If
luck,
you're looking at
Ghosts.
getting it, again, I liked it. If you have people to play with, I definitely recommend it. But again, that's something I'll tell you more about after the intro. If you didn't know, again, the game was made by UBI, so I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But I can stop talking here as the intro gets ready to play, and we'll catch up with you guys in a few seconds. See you in a bit.
Last week, a crude explosive detonated outside the U.S. Embassy in La Paz, Bolivia. 2 Marine Embassy guards were injured in the blast. 2 days later, a CIA asset in central Bolivia provided us with these images. Our analysts have identified the individual in the photo as DEA Special Agent Ricardo Ricky Sandoval, my friend. Sandoval had spent the last 6 years investigating the local cocaine industry. Our understanding is that Sandoval was the intended target of the bombing. What the embassy bomb did not accomplish was completed up close and personal. Sandoval was captured, tortured, and killed. Then his body was dumped. We have yet to recover it. Our target, the group responsible for the embassy bombing and the death of Special Agent Sandoval, is the drug trafficking organization commonly known as the Santa Blanca Cartel. Yesterday, they were just narcos. Today, they're narco-terrorists. Initially, the Bolivian government resisted the Mexican cartel. They formed Unidad, a Bolivian special forces unit. It didn't go as planned. Thousands of bodies later, politicians, police officers, and journalists have become an endangered species. The Bolivian government has imploded on itself. With no other options, the new president made a deal with Santa Blanca. You stop killing our people, we'll look the other way. Since then, Santa Blanca has turned Bolivia into the nexus of the South American drug trade. With their friends in Mexico, they also have a clear pipeline to the US and Canada. The only way to stop Santa Blanca for good is to completely dismantle them, piece by piece. The cartel is organized into 4 operations: production, smuggling, security, and influence. At the top of it all is El Jefe de los Jefes, boss of bosses, El Sueño.
Alright, from that little bit of a introduction there's going to be another section that's leading up that came shortly after that. Was you're able to design and create the character you want in the way you want. You can change facial hair, scars, scratches, face paint, hair color, body size, male, female. Gives it a little bit more of a ability to customize your character in the game. As you lead on, there'll be I didn't spend a lot of time on this part due to the fact that it was just the beta. I figured when I get the game I can spend more time on it. The next thing you'll be able to do is actually select your difficulty in the game, because it is a single player game, 2 type deal. It's like a Grand Theft Auto variation of it. I'll explain more of that later. But shortly here we'll have another little introduction of the game and like the characters communicating to initially start out the game. And once we get into the gameplay, then I'll come back and talk to you guys. So I'll let you watch again here.
The agent they murdered. You knew him?
He was a friend of mine.
Sorry for your loss.
I could say it comes with a job, but it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. Guess you've been down here a while?
I've been living as Karen Bowman, international aid worker, for just about 5 years. Means living rough, but as a cover, gets me out and about.
At least it comes with a chopper.
How'd you get in country?
I flew in business class from Manaus. Hey, I'm refreshed and ready for work, right?
I just hitched rides from Barranco, Peru. How about you?
I got on board a bus in Hui, Argentina, and drank all the way to Villazon. Nobody wants to deal with a drunk on the bus. That explains why you smell like ass.
I've heard rumors about you guys. I was a rookie field officer in Moscow when the coup went down. There was talk you were involved?
Nah, it must have been someone else. We were never there.
It's not every day you get to meet an urban legend in the flesh.
Huh, you should tell that to my kid. Maybe he'd listen when I tell him to take the trash out.
Is it hard being someone who doesn't officially exist?
You tell me, Karen Bowman, international aid worker.
I'm sure you've seen the horrible, fucked up shit humans are capable of when there are zero repercussions. But let me tell you right now, no matter how you compartmentalize, how you desensitize, you can't prepare for El Sueño. He's got a religious streak that rates pretty close to delusional. He's taken vows of poverty, chastity. If he's not in it for the chocha or the money, he's in it for the power. This joint task force is CIA, DEA, and JSOC. I'm your resident spook for this ride. Welcome to Operation Kingslayer.
Our briefing said there'd be a contingent of locals.
The Guitarist 26. They're a group of rebels who've been giving Unidad and Santa Blanca some resistance. We'll meet their leader, Pacatari, as soon as we touch down. Bolivians have a long history of hating us Yankees, but this time, let's hope the enemy of my enemy will be my friend. But don't turn your back on him. I'm not going to.
Soldiers. This is the help you promised? That Sandoval promised? A single Yankee died, so you send a handful of soldiers. Hundreds of Bolivians have died from Santa Blanca's bullets. Where will my hundreds of soldiers come from?
As Americans, we aren't here, remember? These soldiers are the best covert ops team our country has to offer. With their help, you won't need hundreds of soldiers.
Are you familiar with the word Huber, Senora Bowman?
Meet Pacatari, leader of the resistance group Guitarist 26. We will be working with the rebels to destabilize Santa Blanca's organization. They've been fighting Santa Blanca and corrupt Bolivian officials for nearly 6 years now. We'll need to coordinate targets.
There's no time for this. We have information on Amaru's whereabouts.
Amaru? You found him? Amaru is one of the founders of the Guitarist 26.
More than that, her group is founded on his ideas. Without his theories of an agrarian proletariat, there would be no organized resistance against Santa Blanca and the corruption in our government. Amaru must be saved. If you were to assist my people, it would do much to earn my confidence.
Where is he?
We do not know exactly. We know he is in this province and that there is a Santa Blanca lieutenant who knows where he is.
I'll put a call into the activity, see if they can dig more intel out of the airwaves. Start looking for that lieutenant and keep me informed of everything via sat phone. Good hunting.
Saving Amaru is important to our cause, Yankee. Make sure you don't kill the Santa Blanca lieutenant before you get the chance to ask him questions.
We'll have to watch that, but second part of the intro. I'll get into the game now. A little bit more what I thought, what I noticed. You'll hear me reference this game in comparison to Grand Theft Auto 5, if you've played it. It's a game I played recently, or the Tom Clancy's The Division. It's a similarity between that. Again, this one's got the single-player thing with
people. Put on your game faces.
computer people that are on your team. At first I thought they were other people, but they're not. You have to go online to do that. I didn't get a chance to really play it on my own. I just wanted to see how the online stuff worked.
We need to
As I know a
focus
lot
and
of
get this
people
done
like
quick before we get
to
stuck
play with
between
their
local
friends
politics
and
and the
stuff like
firestorm
that
of
too.
cartel
So
bullets.
there's
First
the option you
objective,
can play it
track
alone,
down that
or you
Santa
can get
Blanca
online and
lieutenant
jump
so we
on
can
with
find
your
Amaru.
friends and play it. Like I said, that's where it comes in. It's similar to the Grand Theft Auto 5 or the Tom Clancy The Division. Again, it's that free roam thing. You're going to have these different missions and side missions and objectives that you can get on and do with each other and go through and progress your gameplay that way. Another thing that's like the Grand Theft Auto is you're actually able to drive vehicles. That Jeep there, you could see I was actually eligible to drive. You'll see shortly after this mission that you can drive a motorcycle, which you can't fall off of that. I've noticed. They said you hit trees and bumps and stuff like that, and I didn't fall off at all. Said you can go through and accept the missions like this. Other people can pick them. You can join them if you want. You don't have to. And there'll be a tractor that I can drive. So there are different things you can drive to do and make part of the mission. I'm going to let you guys know now that this is the first time I've played the game, if I didn't say that already yet. So it's going to be a little rough for me playing it. I did go back and play it another time later with a buddy of mine, and it made the game a whole lot better. So that you got that first time in, and you're not sure if you like it. And the second time I played it, he was able to tell me some of the stuff that he's learned, and it made the game more enjoyable. So from here, so we're going to go to a mission. So there's plenty of these. You can pick and choose which ones you're going to want to go to. You can just do that free roam where you just run around and do nothing type deal, and like there's military there that's not too happy with you for some reason, so they're gonna possibly get you. Along with these missions that you can run around and do, you have to run around and pick up kind of like an intel type thing. It gives you hints on more missions and stuff and different things like that. You have to go through and pick up. They're like symbols of a gun, and you have to go pick that up, and that's where you get your different weapons and attachments and stuff like that. You don't start with every type of gun you want. You start off with a limited amount.
If Amaru gets killed by a stray round, Operation Kingslayer.
So again, it is pretty open to what you want to do. Again, this is the beta, so we were pretty limited on what we could do. Again, I'll post this whole video online. It's like an hour-and-a-half video. I'll cut it up so it's just the straight footage for you, and you can watch it in there. We do find a boat you can get into, but we couldn't use it in this. It wasn't open for us to use. You're able to fly helicopters. That we were able to do. Again, that took a little bit of time to figure out, but once they got the hang of how to do them and fly them, it got better. Again, you can join with your friends online. You can communicate with strangers. So that's kind of an enjoyable thing. Said you get this recon stuff, so you can spot out your enemies for you and your friends, and you can mark them. So if you need to kill a certain guy first, you can mark it, and your whole team will see which guy you have to get first. With this one, we're supposed to rescue someone, I believe, if I recall properly, and we had to bring him back to the rebels. You're working with the rebels. It's the, I think you heard in the intro, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type mentality. So there is that option for things to do. What else should I tell you?
Son of a bitch.
It's third person if you didn't know. When you zoom in, it goes down to first, but there's an option you can choose third person also. So you do have that option. Again, these guys are fairly easy to combat the more you play. The harder guys to combat are the military guys. They're more of a train, and they take more bullets to kill. And if you're in the open field, it's a little bit harder to survive them if you're not careful. So I did notice that. It adds an interesting element to the game on how to do things, and there are some missions you do have to face them. Basically, that's the main function of the game right now. Again, it's a pretty relaxed game, if that makes sense. You said you're able to play with people and stuff like that. Nothing too serious. It's not like it's a linear type mission like the Call of Duty or the Battlefields or some of those. It's more of a you can pick and choose what missions you want to do and what things you want to work on. And maybe your friend's farther than you, but yet he's willing to work with you to go pick stuff up. Again, the thing in front of me, you can kind of see this gun symbol on there. That's where you can get some of the different parts and attachments for your weapons. You gotta look for those. So it's all about looking for different things like that. So there's plenty of stuff to do. I said you can play for a few hours on here. I played for almost 2 hours when I made this video. I went back and played for another 2 hours with a friend of mine, and I still didn't get through everything. So there are plenty of options that you're able to do. So again, it's one of those games. If you're looking for something that you're going to be willing to spend some time on, this is a good option like that. It's like I said, it's like the Division, and it's like the Grand Theft Auto. You have some more options. There are skills that I did figure out, not during this game, of course. Well, I did in this game. I figured out right at the end. Again, you'll see that if you watch the other one, that you can get parachutes. You can jump out of the helicopters. If not, you can't jump. It won't let you. Figured that one out the hard way twice.
I'm on.
Well, once, and then the second time I figured it out and ended up having to run, an extra 3 minutes trying to get back to where I was supposed to be a part of the mission. That was kind of a pain, but like I said, it's a good game. So if you have some friends you play with a lot, this is a game I would highly recommend so far, from what I've noticed on it. It's a fun game. Again, it's the beta. We were pretty limited on the stuff we could do, but it's definitely a game that the more you have, the more you play, the better it can get. I said I don't foresee it being a bad game. I foresee it being in a pretty open-worlded game where you're able to do a lot of different things, and you can sit there and relax with even one other person makes the games pretty easy to do. So, like I said, let me know if you want to know something else. See if I can't clear something up for you. I'm not an expert in it. I can't get you more footage because the beta is closed. If you didn't know that, game will be coming out here pretty soon. Again, it's a game I'm going to recommend. I'm going to look into seeing about picking it up here. Feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll try to get it answered for you. If not, tweet at me. That's a viable option too. And so that's a good way to see what we can do to answer your questions, or maybe you want to hear about something else or about a different game. Just let us know and we'll work with you.
Check it out.
Like I said, look for the full gameplay, the other video on here. I'm going to get that all put together here yet shortly, and I'll have that out so you can just sit there and watch the gameplay. The other people talking on here are not me. It's a couple of random strangers that I did get in a game with and started playing with, and you'll hear more of that as the game goes. So, like I said, feel free to watch, let us know. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye.